Hello, it is Hayden, your style wingman, and today I'm back with another video that's going to revolutionize your style. I'm telling you, man. Can't you see the look in my face? Are you starting your style journey and don't know where to start aesthetically? Well, here's a saying for you that I've come up with. Want to dress well? Dress Japanese or Korean. It's really simple, actually. Let's start this off with a personal story of mine. My Instagram Explore page was colonized. What do I mean by that? So, over the last few months, I've started to realize that I'm scrolling through my Instagram Explore page and I see more and more Japanese and Korean fashion, stylists pop up, posting outfit photos, showing what they're wearing. And I slowly became enamored with how well they dress. And you know what's even weirder? They dress American. You know what's even stranger? They dress better American than us Americans. So let me break down how do they dress. It's a few simple things. They love their Americana. They're really good at silhouettes, and their accessories tend to be not performative. They tend to use them. Let's dive deeply into each one of those. So they love their Americana. What is Americana? It is something that is just psychologically, physically, just American. American is apple pie. So let's think blue jeans, but the Japanese have taken that to a step further and really boundary pushed it to its best version. An example I have a pair of OG 107 Vietnam era fatigues in the olive green color. I love those pants, but to that city boy style, that's what it's called. That's a staple. That's one of the things you should own in your closet if you like Americana. What I'm trying to get at is that Americana to them is just not American culture. It tends to also be American military, which that's a whole different rabbit hole. We're not going to get down there. But let's just say American military clothing is some of the coolest, most functional, also fashionable clothing that you can get. I'll make a video on that. So another item that they tend to wear a lot are denim jackets. Light wash, but almost every single one of them is super lived in. As what I mean by that is you can see the fades on their elbows and stuff like that. And it isn't performative because you don't get those fades unless you've worn it for multiple years. But why? Trends in Japan tend to move a whole lot slower when it comes to America because there's a lot less celebrities in Japan compared to America. Because we have all these celebrities. I mean, the Grammys were just yesterday. All these trends just boom, 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 all onto the American mind and psyche about if you want to be seen as fashionable, you have to be wearing this. Not in Japan. It's a lot slower. Also, fashion when it comes to Japanese men just tends to be a lot more on the forefront of their mind when it comes to, say, American men. For example, we American men have around, I think, 3 to 4 male fashion magazines compared to the Japanese man's 100. And that's just basic fashion. I'm not talking niche styles such as alternative styles. So that's why a lot of them tend to be a whole lot better dressed when it comes to compared to us. But I would argue that it's a second thing when it comes to them being better dressed than us, is an attention to silhouette. Now, if you were to look up how to pay attention to silhouettes in my outfits, you would get bombarded with so much bullshit when it comes to how to dress well to your height or your build. Yeah, granted, there's probably some nuggets in there, but no one tends to do it better than the Japanese. It's also because, why is that? It's because tailoring is a lot more popular over there when it comes to your clothing than America. We tend to, buy. If it doesn't fit, I return it. If you buy it in Japan, you're almost expected to tailor it. Now, in America, we have more high-end clothing that is expected, such as Ralph Lauren Purple Label. Suits usually have buttons right here, not the Ralph Lauren Purple Label, because they expect you to bring it to your tailor. And you were paying that much that you should bring it to a tailor anyway. But what do I mean by paying attention to your silhouette? The best way I could describe it is with myself is that I am 5'9" with normal torso and leg proportions, but I do want to seem perceived as taller, at least a little bit taller. So what we can do to extend that is to, instead of wearing medium or low-rise pants, we wear high-rise pants, because if you were to tuck your shirt in, the pants take a whole, basically they go to your belly button, brings you all the way up, makes you look taller, and it shortens your torso, making your legs look longer. The Japanese really tend to do that. And third is that their accessories tend to be more authentic to themselves than our accessories are. Here recently, there's been a whole drama about people going on Shein and buying a bunch of pins and keychains for their bags. And what people are mad about is like, well, I have all these pins and keychains on my bag, but I actually went those places and got those keychains and pins, so like, therefore, I'm better than you. I would argue, yes, like, if this is really something we're arguing about, we've got bigger things to worry about. But if I had to choose a side, I think the more authentic the pins and keychains are, the better. But those accessories that the Japanese and Korean men wear are so authentic to themselves, to the point where I've actually got one. I saw this picture of this guy with a briefcase. It was a Filson one, so I know he knew his shit, because that's the thinking man's Carhartt, by the way. But he had a suitcase, and I was like, damn, I really like that suitcase. So I ended up getting it for Christmas, and now I'm in an area where that's a huge statement. Like, but in Japan, that's just a briefcase, you know? So their accessories tend to be a whole lot more authentic and lived in. And I think if you want to dress well, goddamn, just copy them. And that's what I've been doing. They love Ralph Lauren. They love their Americana. I've just been copying them, and it works so well because, secret, Americana is built for Americans. So what were you expecting? So I would recommend anyone who's starting on their fashion journey or just wants to upgrade their personal style for the better with very little downsides is to just copy whatever these Japanese influencers are wearing. I'm going to link a few down in the description so you can look. It's going to be a huge account. Also, I forgot to talk about this, but a lot of them also tend to be a lot more artsy about it. I don't really see very many Americans doing this, but I've seen multiple, especially Korean accounts, where instead of posting pictures of themselves, they'll draw pictures of themselves wearing their clothes. No one in America is doing that. I could think of one, Dick Carroll, but that's it. That's really it. So, I mean, there's an open whole niche for if you want to grow an account on Instagram. But another thing I would like to point out is here in America, I know among at least younger fashion enthusiasts here, the word gatekeeping is a normal part of your vocabulary on where, dude, where'd you get that? Man, people like you make me laugh, bro. I got this from the store, but as I bought it, the building was burning down and the owner was already dead. I'm sorry, it's one of one piece. Not in those Japanese accounts. Most of them not only tell you what the exact item is, but they give you links to their social media accounts. So let's take an example of that Filson bag. That Filson bag, he told in his description of his Instagram post, he said, "This is the exact bag I bought. Here's a link or an @ to the Filson brand on Instagram." Can you think of any American fashion creators that are doing that? Because I can't. I can't. But overall, if you're liking this video, I'm just trying to make a few video diary essays, every day, every other day, just to see how I like it. And it would really mean a lot if you like and subscribe to my videos, as I'm really liking this. But in conclusion, I would say if you want to enhance your style or start dressing well in any objectively good way, that's how serious this shit is. I am saying it's objectively good. It's a good baseline to start on. Just follow this simple rule. Copy and follow whatever the Japanese and Korean men are doing. What do you think, though? Leave it down in the comments. If you think I'm absolutely stupid in this opinion, leave a comment down below and I'll try to respond to that. Thank you for watching.